Folks, welcome to Werewolf Radar, the world's premier paranormal preparedness podcast. My name's Jordan Dahl.
I am Nate Balding.
I am Roger Norquist.
Today's episode of Werewolf Radar is brought to you by Monstroko brand Chin Fertilizer. Grow yourself a jawline, chinless chin fertilizer from Monstroko. What the fuck? So they use real bones. They use real chin bones, and I've been using it for a while. That's why I shaved.
I like it.
Not during the day, but at night, there's a big difference.
Right.
Now, when you say difference, give me one example.
You can feel. This is gonna sound weird.
You can
First
just
of all,
feel. You'll
first of
feel,
all-
Roger. You'll be more human.
First of all, it's a great product. You do feel the chins of 1,000 dead murderers on your face, but you feel them giving your chin strength. I don't know if you guys can tell, but not so much. But at night, again, you feel all that rage in that chin.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see it. It'll occasionally just like.
Like most Monstroko products, it comes with lunar activation.
And I assume one of these times that's just going to stick. And I hope it's in one of the good ones, because sometimes it looks good, but sometimes these chin spasms, they call it, it's a weird look.
Right. When it comes out, you're like, oh, that was a little weird predator-looking jawbone.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to choose my forms of look maxing, which I feel this is, I'm going to go with this Monstroko one versus taking a rock to my chin and breaking it in shape. You know, I'd rather let spiritual forces form.
Bone smashing is also a proprietary Monstroko product.
What? Yeah, they're the. What
they own every. You know those bone smashing studios you see popping up on the corners?
I do. There's been a lot. More than Starbucks.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And they're always right next to an emergency room, and that's always right next to a funeral home, you dumb you dumb claviculoids.
You dumb you look pretty enough anyway. Stop doing stuff.
Monstroko, use the bone paste, you statuesque pricks. Can I go first?
Yes, you may.
Yeah.
Okay, great. You guys will see a timer up in the corner of this episode, which will show you I really only serve to show you the edits that we have to make.
No, there's a reason. When this counts down, something spectacular.
Oh, right,
happen.
After 10 hours. I forgot.
Yes.
Oh, geez.
When you watch it individually, we are doing some fucking flaming lips style art here, people.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Get ready for an individual experience 10 hours from when you are watching this.
10 hours in the making.
Right.
I would
you're on our New Year's schedule now.
What if what happened at the end of someone's 10 hours was like, I don't know, a political assassination that we got blamed for?
Oh, God.
You know what? I accept that responsibility. We will be incredibly famous for one day.
We would get a lot more subscribers.
And
we'd be monetized instantly.
Ghosts and goblins.
Yeah, let's get monetized and deplatformed within the same hour.
Anyway. Jordan segment.
Okay, so I wanted to share with you guys a video. Can I share?
You can in just a moment. I apologize. You may have the power.
Hell yeah. So this is a segment I'm calling Wogopogo.
Oh.
Where we talk about Ogopogo. So an old video, not so old, but a video from 2002 has resurfaced recently.
Okay.
Hang on a
Much
second.
like Ogopogo itself, cresting majestically above the lake, the
Exactly.
waves of the lake.
What are we feeling on Canadian eels? Ogopogo, a Canadian eel? Like, I believe a gigantic conger eel has been sightings of the Loch Ness Monster.
Potentially, or eel ball.
But I guess what I'm asking is, Canada got eels? Do they got large eels?
Yeah, I think everybody has eels.
Everyone's got eels, man. Everyone got eels.
Eels up inside you.
Yes, exactly. So there was a photo that came out in 2022, the year of our Lord, that here, I'll let this guy tell you. This AI voice. O'Canigan.
Hello, AI daddy.
What do you guys think? Just kidding.
Okay, I was gonna say that.
There it is. That's the picture.
That's the
I don't.
That
I don't.
Also, it might just be because it's juxtaposed with a computer graphic in the frames before it. It still looks fake to me.
It looks like I could easily do this with Photoshop. Put a heavy lower the opposite, what is it called? Opacity real low. Like, I could do this. Trim out some of the wave highlights and then put that over it. Long story short, professional photo man Roger Norquist for weed industry. I could fake that photo like that. That's what I think.
Also,
that lion is real though, and I thought they were all extinct.
There's
because they all died in the Lion King 2.
There is also, however, in 2022, somebody took this picture of what they claimed was Ogopogo. Ogopogo, of course, being the legendary lake monster that lives in Lake Okanagan, which is in Lake Superior kind of area. Is it?
Oh, I thought it was farther up north in
Me too, which is why I'm gonna check it real quick.
Nova Scotia.
It's in British Columbia.
Yeah, really? It's a West Coast beast. I forgot.
Yeah.
It is. It's a West Coast beast. That's wild.
It's sort of near Kelowna, which is like, I don't know, 2 hours probably from Vancouver, east.
Nate, are you secretly a Canadian?
No, but I live.
You can be honest with us. Are you in Canada right now?
My heart's in Canada all the time. Well, the one I'm supposed to be getting anyway. I'm on the list for it, but we'll see.
Now, when you get this Canadian heart, do you become a Canadian citizen?
No,
because you got Canadian blood flowing through you.
Right. No, well, I still have American blood, but it's pumping with a Canadian heart, which is actually 10% more efficient.
Because you got in that boating accident off the coast of Seattle.
Exactly.
We need a heart for this fella.
I was kayaking and I was momentarily swallowed by a whale and then released.
And also you came upon Ogopogo.
Yes.
In Lake Okanagan in British Columbia. So this picture, it hit the web. It made kind of a splash. I thought there was a video that I'm pretty sure there is, but I couldn't find it, where like you can see sort of stuff moving around. It looks like seaweed more than anything. A lot of people said there's no reaction from the quote unquote creature. A lot of people claimed it was either a buoy, which sort of reads in these little horns up here. It almost looks like an attachment, like it's plastic attachment to something.
Yeah,
like those plugs should go into something.
I would think that it would
it's a
be
weird sensor to have
way higher above the surface.
Yeah. Some people have said that there is a dragon boat festival that happens in the area, and this could be a sunk dragon boat collecting marine plants and life. Um, there seem to be a lot of explanations for this one, but it was still never really completely debunked. And this came up again on on Reddit, and I found myself just as fascinated and just as thinking about uh, the depths as ever. Um, and I did a little research, and I came upon something that we've talked about before, which is more of an East Coast of America, Canada legend, but is a legend that I wanted to touch on today, which is the underwater panther. You guys know about the underwater panther?
I do not.
The
Tell me about
underwater
this wet
panther,
kitty.
I think we've talked about him before, is also known as the Mishipishu
That sounds
in
familiar.
uh, mythologies of indigenous people from the Great Lakes northeastern woodlands area. And is described quite like what this creature is, although notably Lake Okanagan is on the other side of the country.
Right, but that doesn't mean that it can't exist. It might be something that is as long as it's in fresh water along the same latitude, like that's what
Fair enough.
that's the kind of climate that it needs or whatever.
Fair enough. Fair enough. High, yeah, sure. High latitude lakes, alpine lakes, or something. Um, so this is straight from the Wikipedia, which, as far as I'm concerned, is gospel. Did Nate become a strange ghost of himself to anybody else?
He'll do that every once in a while.
Okay. Fascinating. Um, so an underwater panther, also known to the Ojibwe as the Mishipishu or the Mishibiju, is one of the most important of several mythical water beings among many indigenous peoples of the northeastern woodlands Great Lakes region, particularly among the Anishinabeg. Mishipishu translates into the Great Lynx, has the head and forepaws of a giant cat, but is covered in scales and has dagger-like spikes running along its back and tail. Mishipishu calls Michipicoten Island in Lake Superior. Michipicoten Island. Michipicoten Island. Hang on, one of my teeth is loose.
Jordan, just go to the dentist.
I think you got there.
There we go.
Michipicoten
Island in Lake Superior. It's home and is a powerful creature in the mythological traditions of some indigenous North American tribes. And then it goes on to list some of those tribes. To the Algonquin, the underwater panther was the most powerful underworld being. The Ojibwe traditionally held them to be masters of all creatures, including snakes. All water creatures, might be. All water creatures, including snakes. Some versions go ahead.
A cat that decides, to get inside water has to be that's above that's the most courageous cat of them all.
It's the one thing that separates tigers from cats.
Fair.
Tigers love the water. Getting in the water. Yeah.
They love it. In the mythologies of the indigenous people of the Great Lakes, underwater panthers are often described as water monsters that live in opposition to the Thunderbirds. So these guys are like, if the Thunderbirds are the Jedi, these guys are their Sith, or vice versa.
Like Thunderbird's got the sky, Lake Cat has.
That's exactly what it is. They're in direct opposition to the Thunderbirds, the masters of the powers of the air. Underwater panthers are seen as an opposing yet complementary force to the Thunderbirds, and they are engaged in eternal conflict. The underwater panther is an amalgam of parts of many animals. The body of a wild feline, often a cougar or a lynx. The horns of a deer or a bison. Upright scales on its back. Occasionally feathers and parts from other animals as well, depending on the particular myth. Underwater panthers are represented with exceptionally long tails, occasionally with serpentine properties. So they'll have like a snake tail.
Right.
They're not always bad guys. They're not always bad guys. Sometimes they will help you out.
I feel like that's pretty typical of like most like ancient mythology.
Not typical of actual mountain lions, though.
No,
they will not
no.
be
those
helpful.
you should not try to stay away from them as best as possible.
The pact is off. The treaty is off with them.
It's sad, but it's true. We just have to come to terms with that, you know? We'll never be good friends with the mountain lion kind.
In some traditions, they were believed to shelter and feed those who fell through the winter ice. So you fall through the winter ice, don't worry. Underwater panthers got you. That's not frightening at all.
Don't worry, they will feed you.
There's weird precedents for that nonsense.
For what?
I think like the Jaguar seal or the lion seal or something.
Sure.
Big ass thing. Very like violent and deadly.
Leopard seal.
Leopard seal, thank you. This photographer was like trying to do photos of it, knowing this is dangerous, like came prepared to like, I might have to fight one of these things. He heads down into there and comes face to face with this leopard seal, who then, instead of being violent with it, tries to feed it penguins because it thinks the photographer is a sick lion seal. It's like, eat this penguin, eat this penguin. I'll get you a different penguin. How about a dead penguin? Are you too weak to kill? Here's a dead penguin. Here's an already chewed apart penguin.
Brutal.
You know, it's funny. Earlier today, I read a comic book that had a panel where, for no reason, one of the characters looks directly into the panel and is just saying, whatever is it? Leopard seals, the assholes of the sea.
Yeah, sometimes they're really cool and they'll be all like, I have to take care of this thing. Look at how sickly this weird creature is.
Yeah.
It's in FML issue number 8.
The water manito, which is another word for the panther or the serpent, endowed medicinal power to those shamans who accepted its guardianship. It would make gifts of copper. That is to say, the Ojibwe believed such rock formation, partly submerged in water with copper lode protrusions, to be a divinity, which would allow passersby to cut off copper from its quote-unquote horns. So they were specifically calling these like kind of half-submerged underwater structures, whatevers, boogums.
Mm-hmm.
They were connecting those directly to the serpents, just like what we might have seen in that picture back there.
That's a pretty cool rite of passage too.
Right.
Swim out there.
Yeah,
collect
and
part
that's
of the rock.
thing. That's the thing. Yeah. People would take a piece of the copper, like if you were brave enough, you know, if you could swim out, if you could even go out in a kayak. Like there's a story later on here about, look, Mishipishu is known for guarding the vast amounts of copper in Lake Superior and the Great Lakes region. Indigenous people mined copper long before the arrival of Europeans in the area. Later, during the 17th century, missionaries of the Society of Jesus arrived at the Great Lakes region. By that time, they'd taken copper from the region, blah, 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 blah. It was extremely taboo and forbidden by the Ojibwe tribe. It was even worse to take it from the Great Lynx's home, which is Michipicoten Island. This was considered to be stealing from Mishipishu herself.
Give me 50 stout men. I'll steal from the island.
More often, they were viewed to be as malevolent beasts that brought death and misfortune. They often needed to be placated for safe passage across the lake as late as the 1950s. As late as the 1950s, the Prairie Band of Potawatomi Indians performed a traditional ceremony to placate the underwater panther and maintain the balance with the Thunderbird.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea.
Sounds like a hell of a festival, too.
Solid protocol.
I don't know if this is a dinner-type festival, but it seems like food should be around for this.
Sure.
Probably.
We'll all have panther. Mom baked a panther. When ethnographer Johann George Cole visited the United States in the 1850s, he spoke with a Fond du Lac chief who showed Cole a piece of copper kept in his medicine bag. The chief said it was a strand of hair from Mishabiju, and thus considered extremely powerful. Pretty cool.
They also invented the battery.
Never forget, give credit where credit's due.
Purported encounters. The meat of the article. Oof. The filet mignon. The parson's nose. Sorry, I'll go. There are a few stories of encounters with this great beast. A Jesuit missionary named Claude Dablon told a story about 4 Ojibwe people who embarked on a journey to the home of Mishipishu to take some copper back to their home and use it to heat water. The very second they pushed off and backed into the water with their canoe, the eerie voice of the water panther surrounded them. The water panther came growling after them, vigorously accusing them of stealing the playthings of her children. All 4 people died on the way back to their village.
I mean, that's
the last one
bad.
surviving just long enough to tell the tale of what happened in his final moments before he died.
We stole copper from some babies.
Yeah. Very cool. Anyway, that's a little kind of what I found to be a very interesting sort of crash course on the underwater panther, or the Mishipishu, which is kind of in the area that I am now staying at in Redacted, or around that area. I don't know, whatever. I wanted to talk about the underwater panther because I thought it was cool. So I'm changing the name of this segment from Ogopogo to
Panther.
This, yeah, I'm trying to I'm trying to come up with something for like the Pink Panther, the Synced Panther. Da-dun. My segment is now da-dun. I'm done talking.
Well, I actually have something slightly musical to add to Ogopogo before we get out of there. I just discovered that no one really knows where Ogopogo's name comes from, but local lore apparently does claim the name was received on a night in 1924 when the strains of an English music hall song were first heard in the city of Vernon. The song referred to is The Ogopogo, the Funny Foxtrot.
Whoa. That sounds hilarious.
And that seems insane. And it... How?
Well, it's also possible that Ogopogo was already the name of a creature, and the Funny Foxtrot was named after it. Nobody really knows, because they didn't have writing in 1924.
I forget writing is a new invention.
Yeah, that's this millennium only.
There he is.
No, wait a minute.
That was a weird creature.
I need to share with sound.
And I met a funny little man with googly eyes and lantern jaws, an old silk hat and hairy paws. When I said to that quaint old chap, why do you carry that big seam of perhaps a butterfly net and rusty gum? He replied, listen here, my son, I'm looking for the Ogopogo, the funniest Ogopogo. His mother was a pollywog, his father was a whale. I'm because you put a little bit of salt on his tail. I want to find the Ogopogo.
Tell you what, I wanna do a fucking box step right now.
What was that?
That was the funny foxtrot, the
Funny
Ogopogo.
Foxtrot from the Ogopogo, etc.
I don't know what I just experienced there. Was that music in the time?
That was some ragtime cryptids.
That was like the type of shit you would put on for your kid back then. And you'd be like, isn't that a funny little song? Yes, stay in here and dance around in a circle with your pet monkey while I drink.
Ogopogo on a repeat.
Where's Amelia? Well, she's in the other room, dancing to doing the Ogopogo, of course. We have to check on her. Oh no! She's been stolen by Charles Lindbergh.
He's replacing his baby.
Any of that have that's probably kind of a anyway. I passed the speaking skill. I feel like I biffed my segment. I'll do better next week, guys. Glenn, don't look at me like that.
I think it was solid.
Thanks, guys.
You taught us about a new cryptid that I need a different gun for.
No, we must respect the underwater panther.
I guess, to protect us from the Thunderbirds. Let me go next. I have a segment on urban legends.
Okay.
Ooh,
these are some ones.
The film series?
No, not this time, Nate. I'm sorry.
Or as I call them, new wives' tales.
So I have some
Thanks,
some tales that I don't think anyone's really heard of. Some urban legends of horror. This first one does not say where it's from, so we're gonna have to guess. But it is the name of the. We'll read it. The most famous national one is the first sentence. Is one to do with Faofao. F-O-F-A with a tilde over it. Oh, so I assume it's Portuguese.
Portuguese.
Yeah.
It seems Portuguese.
Brazil or Portuguese or Portugal.
Right.
Faofao was the protagonist of a children's TV series. However, he was really creepy looking. I need to find this. I apologize.
Yeah.
Pause.
I got it. Keep talking. I'll find him. Faofao.
Oh my good lord.
Oh, horrifying.
Yeah. This thing.
Share it as I keep going.
Jesus Christ.
However, he was really creepy looking. As we see here, we have kind of like a Star Wars pig species face.
Yeah, it looks like he's got jowls that are melting next to his chin.
Tiny hair curls. His hands seem to be made from the same hair that is on his head.
Well, for some reason, they also sell them with just the head on a spike that I guess you drive into the ground.
So we might be missing some cultural.
Oh, that's just they just pulled the fucking head and spine out of the doll.
There's a lot of life-size dolls and costumes of this guy. I need to learn some Portuguese, and we need to dive into this. So legend says his dolls were possessed by an evil spirit, and that inside each doll was a knife. Go up to those photos. That's why they're specifically being shown.
That's what that is.
Yes.
Good Lord.
This one right here. So they are claiming that this was a spiritual knife, as we're seeing here. That's what these photos are about.
That doesn't look like a spiritual knife. That looks like an actual physical knife.
And some versions of this legend would say that the spirit has possessed children and had them take the knife to kill themselves or their parents to gather blood for satanic rituals.
Yo, Faofao. That's not playtime. That's not fun.
So here's something else maybe you should look up for this segment, Jordan, if you're going to run back up on me. In Japan, they have the urban legend of white string. A young girl wanted her ears pierced, but her parents refused, saying she was too young. She kept begging and they told her to go to the mall to get her ears pierced. However, she decided. Oh wait. However, she decided to keep
septum piercing.
She decided to keep her decision and went to her friend's house where she got her ears pierced. Later, she was at school and felt an itch. She went to the bathroom, looked in the mirror, and saw a white string. She pulled it, but it had no end. She grabbed scissors and then cut the string. Then everything went black. She could not see anything. She felt a burning pain in her ears and eyes. She started to scream. Everyone rushed in. She was rushed to the emergency room and told the doctor what happened. She realized that the string was her optic nerve and she would be blind for the rest of her life.
Oh no, she was flossing her brain.
Why is the optic nerve in the earlobe?
That's the question.
What the answer is that she disobeyed her parents and stole from them because they gave her money for an ear piercing. She didn't use the money for that. And because of that, an evil force came and put its own hands into the piercing project, and in doing so reached inside the canal.
Okay.
Up between her nasal cavity, and then into the eye, and then back out. Probably. I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense.
So another one. Oh,
that's wild. You shouldn't let your friends get pierced ears because they can do it so wrong that it does what Nate just described.
And this is also from BuzzFeed. I apologize for not giving some credit out. This is 18 of the creepiest urban legends from around the world that still haunt people today. Collected by one Elena Marshall,
Faofao.
the CEO resident of BuzzFeed.
Faofao will haunt me.
CEO
yeah, Faofao
resident.
probably should have been the ending. It was a very strong start.
No, keep going. Maybe there's more.
Here's one. Moha Man. Moehau. There's a legend of the Moha Man, a wild, hairy man who haunts Moha Mountain in the Coromandel Peninsula. When I was a kid, we were visiting my grandparents in Kauhaia, near Mount Paragonia, and Dad wanted to go for a bushwalk up the mountain. A lady in the shop overheard me saying something to my brother about it and came to warn me not to go up into the mist on this mountain or this
I'm fucking going into that mist. I'm in that mist.
Yeah, Patu Paiarahe would steal me away. It is a Maori legend. It is a kind of fairy in the Maui legends.
Oh boy.
Apparently, this is New Zealand, as we're learning. There are also stories of the Canterbury Panther, starting in 1977 when a lady phoned police to say there was a tiger in her garden.
Wicked sick, double panther rap.
Pardon, Mrs. Harden. There's a tiger in my garden.
A search found paw prints and droppings from a feline near her home. So they got some cats. That is Moha Man.
Look at this picture of Moha Man. Hang on. This is the picture that this is a newspaper sketch of Moha Man. And he's just a little cutie patootie.
Is this going to be like Harry and the Hendersons, where John Lithgow made Harry all nice, and then his dad made him terrifying?
Oh yeah, that's definitely
this one. I love this. Hi.
How you doing?
Hi.
I see you're up in the tree. I'm in the tree too.
You like it in my tree? Come on inside. Me and the missus are having a cheeky macca.
Let us now go to the other side of the world. Yeah. We're going to Stockholm.
Stockholm.
And we are
on
talking
another
about
whirlwind adventure.
Silver Pelin. That
Ooh.
is Silver Arrow. I probably pronounced that wrong.
Ooh.
A supposed subway train that is all chrome and
That's
carries
fucking sweet.
only ghosts.
Oh, whoa, that's
It is
awesome.
said to stop at certain subway stations in Stockholm late at night, and you can find it in Kimlinges Station, abandoned subway station.
It's cool.
Okay, so this is not the same train that gets summoned when you pop open a ultra cool Coors Light.
No, not this time. Maybe it is the same. I don't know what it's doing on
The
its
Silver
weekend.
Bullet?
That's a different one. I'm glad they got rid of that with Coors Light because it was a real problem.
All right.
Whenever you got thirsty.
Let's talk about
like 40 people would die.
Let's talk about a ghostly ship in the place you would never expect it. Wyoming.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense for me.
So we have a ghost ship on the Platte River in Wyoming, USA. Roughly every 25 years, this thing appears. Each sighting has been said to predict the death of someone known to the witness who spotted the eerie vessel.
Oh.
According to witnesses, the phantom ship rises out of a strange mist, quickly becoming a massive ball of fog as the ship grows closer. Its sails and mast become covered in frost. The crew, also covered in frost, stands on its deck, hurtles around a corpse lying on a canvas sheet. As the crew steps back, the corpse identity is revealed as the person known by the witness.
Oh, yike.
Are they already dead when it's revealed, or can they potentially use this vision of the future?
I think this is like they'll be sick in the next week. It doesn't really go into it like that.
Look. Does it say anything about that? What about that? Huh, smart guy?
All right, let's jump to. We've kind of gone over this, but I enjoy it.
Well, let's go under it then.
Back to the USSR. Underneath it, the secret USSR that's sexier and more, I don't know, goth culture.
Yeah,
the USSR.
It's definitely a Blade rave.
Yes. The myth goes that the USSR leader was dying and needed fresh organs from young people so that he could live.
Well,
which USSR leader?
Khrushchev.
The main one.
Gorbachev.
Well,
Gorbachev's brother.
Gorbachev.
I forgot the president.
I think it's Gorbachev.
So the myth goes that one of the leaders needed an organ from some young people, doing the billionaire thing. Give me your organ. You get to live, maybe depending on the organ, but you get all the potatoes you need. The Black Volga cruised around the country during the loneliest hours in the loneliest places, looking for children to kidnap and have their organs harvested. Apparently, people attempted to chase it down, and there's more than one, since the damage done to one Volga would still be there. However, a new one would always appear in its place, unscathed. There were even a few sightings of what looked like remnants of that car, except it would also been a normal one. I don't really know what that sentence means. I think it might be a mistranslation from Russian. Are we ready for the last one? Hopefully the spookiest one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. In Norway.
Oh, I'm already having chills.
There's a ghost of a monk who apparently died from getting his throat slit. The front of his robe is covered in blood. The first sighting was reported in 1924 when the monk showed up during a sermon and attempted to strangle the priest mid-psalm.
Whoa.
Boy, that's quite an entrance.
Yeah,
1924 is modern times.
Quest.
While everybody present knew that something was amiss, not least the priest. Elena, get out of here.
There's a monk attacking me.
The only person who actually saw the monk was a woman in the pews, a bishop's wife, and therefore more credible witness than the most.
So you say it was whoever the pastor or whatever the guy's, he just felt something around his neck.
I think so. He got strangled, and then
monk.
everyone noticed he was like, like giving us the chokes and whatnot.
And she was like, "Somebody stop that man!"
Yeah, and then she was like, "Somebody stop that monk!"
Eine Menkin.
Now, however, we do have that first sighting where he chose violence.
Sure.
The
and,
monk,
we don't know. Maybe he was right to. Maybe that guy killed him.
fair. I don't know exactly when this monk was. It could have an older monk society where like they're still dressing up proper, like robes and whatnot.
Or perhaps this guy was like the great grandson of the guy who killed him.
Sometimes you have to pay 7 generations deep for your sins.
Yeah.
The monk is not always seen menacingly, though. Later observations have shown him to just do ordinary ghost stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, here he is handing out lollipops to children.
Here he is carrying a head.
He'll just show up.
Here he is putting a shark inside of a shed.
He'll show up in like the gallery that's not open to the public, like just like night watchman walks by, sees him type shit. One notable exception, besides the strangling of 1924, was when psychic Anna Elizabeth Westerlund spent a night in the cathedral in 1971. At one point, she saw the monk holding a rope and immediately lost her breath as if she were being choked.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. It's awesome to have psychic powers, but you gotta watch it. Around ghosts, they're constantly coming at you.
They want to freak you out the most because you can actually see them.
You, baby,
that was some
with your brains
of the segments collected by one Elena Marshall. Please check out her article on BuzzFeed. 18 of the creepiest urban legends from around the world. I just went through 5 of them. There's a lot there, but for sure, I think if I'm voting, which I always am, I am in trouble with the government. I think Faofao is the spookiest one where there's a sharp object in it. It's been linked, although no sources on here to, also murders and stuff.
Just look at Faofao.
Go Google F-O-F-A-O. Yeah. And just have a nightmare. Have a good nightmare tonight.
Curl up with a blanket and something to scream into and have a little nightmare.
I'm going to call my segment Roger.
Roger freaks out.
Nope.
Roger.
I passed the skull to you.
No. Right now, you know what? I'm calling an audible. I'm gonna do my segment with the Faofao skull.
Oh God! The speaking skull was a little bit jealous, but when you finished that sentence, it calmed down and it's now purring on my lap. It loves it.
It's much scarier.
Look, speaking skull gets to take a break. Maybe nibble on some fingers or whatever.
I gave it a finger.
Do all the things that it loves to do. Meanwhile, Faofao, you're up, bud. And he will be accompanying me and all of us as we journey to Pascagoula, Mississippi, 1942.
Oh,
yeah!
The place that puts the ghoul in Pascagoula.
Kinda, yeah. We're talking about the Phantom Barber.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that's fun.
Indeed. Well, We'll
I
see.
know nothing about it, and I acted like I did.
So this is 1942. Residents of Pascagoula, Mississippi were terrorized by a Phantom Barber.
Sorry.
This is not a supernatural creature. Well, maybe it is. We don't 100% know, but it's
going.
probably a guy who would break into homes at night, and then he would
wreck up the place,
cut women's hair.
Oh, that's a perv.
Yeah.
We got those around here in Brooklyn. Those are pervs.
Yeah. He's a hair cutter. Real freako. That's this guy's deal.
Sure.
Mid-June of that year.
The fur burglar.
The burglar. I'm a burglar. That sounds rather
hot.
Filthy. Seems like there should be a convention for burglars.
I'm sure there is. There will be.
The first week that this was happening, he actually cut the hair off of 3 little girls.
That's so many.
Yeah, way too many.
Is this where the Courage the Cowardly Dog character comes from?
Which one?
Remember him? He's cutting hair because he's
Maybe.
naughty.
It might be.
Quite possibly.
I have no idea.
He does that, and he went to an insane asylum in the cartoon, and it was for cutting people's hair. One of them's a little girl. The other guy's like a hair dude with a crazy mustache.
Upsetting.
Oh, it's one of the most upsetting episodes.
And there's a lot of
watchers of Courage. Yeah, Courage the Dog fans agree one. The barber's the weirdest.
Weird.
So the first 2 victims were 11-year-old Mary Evelyn Briggs and 12-year-old Edna Marie Heidel. They were sharing a room at the convent of Our Lady of Victories when somebody crept into the room and did a little snippy.
Horrifying.
See, just like the Courage the Cowardly Dog episode.
Here's
I don't like that.
from a newspaper at the time. The only victim of a hair shearing who awoke in time to see the barber was Mary Evelyn Bridges at Our Lady of Victory's convent. Quote, I saw the figure of a kind of short, fat man, she said, bending over me with something shiny in his hand, and he was fooling with my hair.
Yikes.
When he saw me open my eyes, he said, shh. I yelled. He jumped out the window.
Good response.
Horrifying.
So naturally the next day, they got the police there. They bring in the bloodhounds, and evidently were able to follow the short, fat, weird guy's trail to the edge of the woodland, where it appeared he continued his quick getaway on a bicycle. I don't know how they determined that. I guess
bicycle
there
tracks.
Must have been like tracks. Yeah.
He was doing instead of turning like you should on a bicycle, he was doing like the tire drift one, and he was just leaving tire marks as he escaped on his bike. He's like, woo! Oh, I gotta get out of here.
Wow. I think you're right.
Can you imagine the time though in our society when a bicycle was a coherent means of getting away from the police? Just like out peddling them.
Wow.
I mean that guy definitely juked ice at that protest.
That's fair.
Yeah. Well, they did get him like 15 blocks away or some shit.
Yeah, but still, Jordan's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. You're right. Like you can still do it.
Here's the thing.
There's more cops than you, but there's not more cops than us. I mean, I didn't say anything. Edit mark.
That's actually an important thing worth noting. That's why you should protest. That's why you should organize, because there's more of us than them. They're always
Google the Bacon Rebellion or YouTube or whatever.
As a person
whatever
who
you do now.
in my misspent adolescence, I've mentioned this before. My friends and I, we would play a game called Not a Cop, where we would deliberately, like, we would throw shit at police cars and try to get them to chase us, and then just evade them.
Wow.
So yeah, you can still do it. Although this was
fun.
this was quite a while ago and in a not giant city. So more likely they would just shoot you now.
Yeah, that is true.
So I don't know that I can recommend trying it. Anyway, on to the next victim, 6-year-old Carol Petey.
He gave her a mullet.
It kind of sounds like,
Oh no.
that is almost like there's no real description of how they're left, but
Sure.
every time they talk about the hair being messed up in such a way that it's like, yeah, he probably was just going.
Yeah, because she was asleep.
Giving him business fronts.
Weird.
She was asleep the whole time. Only one of them woke up, so it wasn't like a shaving.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
but like probably a long lock, just cut that off, not manipulate the head,
Yeah, well, and that's also kind of interesting, is that there is just the one girl who wakes up, because Carol Petey, she doesn't wake up till the next day. And she was sleeping next to her twin brother, whose hair remained untouched.
Yeah, but it was shit. Split ends,
Yeah,
not moisturized.
Looked like shit.
I mean, it
left him a note that's what it said. Hair looks like poop.
Try harder, you busted bitch.
I mean, it's also 1942. He's probably got it like super cropped.
Yeah, it's like has more gel and oil in it than any other part of human history.
Her parents would find a sandy footprint on an empty bed in the bedroom, presumably from the Phantom Barber.
The Sandman.
Dude, do you think that's why he carried sand on him? That way, like, if anyone wakes up truly, he throws sand in their eyes and goes, Sandman!
I guess, probably.
Then rides his bicycle.
Yeah.
At this point, they're wondering why nobody's waking up. And the police have a theory, and they're thinking chloroform.
Ah, interesting.
Yes. However,
mad gasser.
Yeah, no, full mad gasser. That's absolutely what's going on. I did look at a Reddit thread about this, and there was some heated debate about whether or not chloroform would actually wake you up because it smells so bad, and whether or not it would work, whether or not it'd be effective because it takes, a long time to.
Yeah, you gotta inhale it a couple times.
Really,
like it's.
But if you were asleep, maybe.
I think you'd still be aware of the situation, though. You'd be like, I remember last night I woke up to a guy putting a thing over my mouth and then
passed out. Yeah.
But we got to remember the times and the application methods of various chemicals and what we had access to. Like, it might have been like.
I've never chloroformed anyone. I hope never to.
As someone who's been in several spy comedies throughout my life, I have.
But
I think I don't think it works like a gas like that. I don't think you can aerosol or gaserize.
I mean, regardless, it is interesting. Like, either this guy is, real light on his feet, cat burglar type, or he's doing something to keep people asleep.
Yeah.
Because in many of these cases, there's multiple people in the room.
Yeah,
it has to be a gassing situation. I don't know which gas. I ain't smart enough for that, but that's the only solution. See, extra CO2 in the room, pumping it with something,
Yeah, pumping it in through the window. That makes sense. That's the mad gasser.
Monstroko brand knockout breath.
Just enough to acquire some hair for a very mix match wig I'm making.
So the next victim is an adult woman by the name of Mrs. Taylor.
Mrs. Taylor.
Look at that bod.
So this is
Mrs. Taylor, watch out for your hair. There's a guy who wants to snip it up. He is gonna sleep with it inside his pants.
This is another snippet from an article. Mrs. R.E. Taylor reported 2 inches of her new permanent had been shorn by the strange shearer while she slept in a bedroom with her husband and 2 daughters. Now, again, 3 other people in the bedroom. Nobody notices. Also, motherfucker, you're gonna cut off that perm?
Was her husband a short, fat man with sandy feet?
No, I think he was probably a longshoreman. It should be noted that this longshoreman, Pascagoula is it's a small port
sea town,
city, yeah, in Mississippi, and this is during the war, and they are like moving munitions and shit through this port. So it's a lot of the population is working, in conjunction with a military action.
Weirdly enough, has nothing to do with the Civil War. They were actually sponsoring France's war with Portugal.
Really?
No, I made all that up.
World War II.
Yeah, and then I also thought it was the Civil War.
Got me.
I got myself.
I've been fooled.
I just want to say, 1942, things are being rationed. This lady, she had to shell out some cash for a perm, and this guy fucking ruined it.
Yeah, that is fair. That is a really rude thing to do.
Yeah, these are pretty dear times.
And here's a quote from Mrs. R.A. Taylor. I had a vague feeling of something passing over my face, Mrs. Taylor said, then woke up feeling ill.
Okay.
So if he was using something like chloroform, he may have been very well using some sort of chemical.
Chloroform.
Yeah, and over the face, and it would lightly go on there, so you just remain asleep. And cat burglar. This is a combination of the two. We have a cat burglar agility with the. Is this a dual class gentleman? Is this artificer and rogue put together finally?
Maybe. Well,
it sounds kind of like a creepy alchemist rogue.
The next sentence in this article is the tonsorial artist had broken through a window, cut her hair, and fled. It doesn't say necessarily how he broke through the window, but I mean, if he's just smashing a window,
no, it's like a glass cutting situation. At the time, you can easily just cut literally a circle in the glass type shit.
Oh.
So very silently, if done right, it's just a little pop. My family's Glazers.
Okay. Are you sure they're not hair burglars?
I know my dad has gone to jail a few times, but I always thought it was for cocaine. I didn't know it was for being a cool cat burglar, man. I hope he didn't steal hair. Dad.
They did say that they found sliced open window screens at a couple of the sites. So, I mean, I would guess maybe the first 2 of them anyway were maybe just open windows. But after those first 3, people were freaked the fuck out.
Right.
They were it's not a huge town by any means. Right. It wasn't like
people's beings were sufficiently freaked.
Freaked, yeah. Anyway, the Phantom Barber takes his next step in the criminal ladder and gets violent
Oh, well, well, well.
Why? There's no need for it.
Oh,
Unless.
I should mention, Police Chief A.W. Ezel, before we get to the violence, said he could not understand what motivation somebody would have to commit such a bizarre crime, but said that complaints were coming in hard and heavy. So yeah, people they're freaked, calling them. They want the police out there. They want to know they're protected, and that's
Sure.
exactly what the police are doing.
This is that shit.
They've got a $300 reward for information. That's a little over $5,000 today.
This is a nice legitimate mass hysteria, like the
Oh yeah,
like
absolutely.
the Spring Heel Jack, but like no, actually we
This guy's real.
this is real though this time. Okay, we all had fun last summer when we pretended there was a man with a fire mouth jumping from building to building.
Right.
However,
now let's just take a moment and reassess. There he goes.
Yeah, they even went so far they were giving pistol permits to volunteer officers. Basically this is like
Cool.
the heads of neighborhood watches.
Yeah.
Just, here, have a gun. Watch
Like
out for a
ice.
guy.
now the problem with our vigilante mobs is that they're not armed enough.
Yeah.
Well, there were only 6 volunteer officers, so it's not great, but
Each one drunker than the next.
it is very possible. The army had, because they were afraid of they thought that there might be U-boats patrolling the
The waters, like literally.
yeah. So they were turning out the lights every night. There was no street lamps, no house lights. There was a curfew. But after those first 4 attacks, the army was like, keep the lights on. Fuck it. Like,
Yeah.
this is way too weird.
Yeah, this is fucking weird. This is freaking us out too.
The reward fund would swell to $400 as the Ingalls Shipbuilding Company,
Wow.
a local bank and a manufacturing company, also added to the fund in the hopes of apprehending the guy. Another 100 was added to the pot when Sheriff Guy Krebs of Jackson County joined the search.
Wow.
The
Sheriff
name you
Guy
just
Krebs?
said? Yeah.
Guy Krebs.
Wow, I can't believe they got Krebs.
So they did get a guy after the Taylor attack. They arrested a man in connection with the haircuts, and everyone was like, okay, I guess we got him. And that's when it happens again, and it's violent. So this is Mr. and Mrs. Terrell Heidelberg were attacked on the night of June 13th, beaten with an iron pipe as they slept in bed.
Oh my.
Mr. Heidelberg lost a couple teeth.
Just give him a haircut.
I know.
What happened?
How do we know this is not copycat using, not even copycat, but
Well, he got one part wrong.
yeah. How do we know this isn't someone taking advantage of the scare and doing a separate violence with the blame on the hair cutter?
Here's
It's
the
certainly
thing.
lacking
I hate to be defending this pervert around town.
Yeah,
we don't know. Police in the area theorized that the attacker was none other than the Phantom Barber. Others weren't so sure. The MO behind the attacks and the earlier ones of the Phantom Barber were not remotely similar, other than creeping into a home late at night.
Exactly. I rest my case, Judge.
So, because they're like, well, that must be the Phantom Barber, the guy that they'd already arrested, they were like, you're free to go.
I would spit on them. I'd be like, thank you, Patooey.
Come back.
That's assault.
That's not allowed.
So they're like, you were spot on, however, Roger, with your theory that about copycats, because there was at least one. Because somebody started breaking into places, same thing, cutting the screens, lifting the window. But instead of cutting hair, what they would do is they would just throw clothes all around the room. They just make a mess, a quiet mess.
That's so strange.
And
that
then,
sounds like a frustrated housekeeper who's like,
yeah,
I have to muss something up.
And it happened in multiple homes. They would like put dishes on the floor, which I mean, this is at least bordering on pranks.
Yeah, the dishes
like it's
one,
still
cheeky.
fucked up, but nothing material bad is happening.
It's cheekier than it is harmful.
Yeah. So and we don't know, could have been the same guy as the Phantom Barber. Nobody knows, but it does seem like maybe it was, I don't know, weird teens or some shit. Anyway, late July, police end up arresting 57-year-old William A. Dolan, a German-educated chemist, in connection with the Barber crimes. He was charged in connection with the attack on Heidelberg and his wife, as he had been arrested some months prior for trespassing, and he had problems with Heidelberg's father, a local magistrate.
Your father, magistrate's poorly.
Yeah.
But for sure, that is something that legitimately would happen. That is what happened. Yes.
Yeah. I'm sure that this magistrate, did something to, I don't know, to put unease on this guy's land or some shit.
A number of things, both legitimate and illegitimate.
Yeah. And he was like, I'm gonna go beat your son half to death with a pipe.
Yeah.
They did seem to, apparently they found a quantity of human hair behind Dolan's house.
Oh, that's a lot of evidence, though.
Now, what we do find out is that Dolan was a German sympathizer.
Oh, well.
But why?
Well, why?
Is it the race stuff?
And
we're not that much better. As a German white man, we're not that much better, okay? We're a little bit better.
So we don't,
Roger.
We don't know specifically. This is, I mean, this is all, he never says that these things about himself. These are people who know the guy are like, well, he has said some nice things about Hitler or whatever.
As so did Walt Disney.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and it's, 42. Well, yeah, I guess we're already over. So
Charles Lindbergh said a lot of nice stuff. Never forget that.
It's true. It's
Lucky
very
Lindy.
true. So the theory that is going around is that this guy was doing these weird Phantom Barber attacks to, quote, impair the morale of war workers.
That would do it. Someone's stealing our hair,
especially
Sarge.
at the time of...
It did take like 3 days to freak out the entire town.
Psychological warfare has always been a thing, but it was really like studied and practiced in World War II by like shit like this,
Yeah.
Ghost armies and whatnot.
Right. Dolan pled not guilty. However, he was found guilty and sentenced to 10 years in prison. In 1951, the Mississippi governor at the time suspended his prison sentence, and the guy was released. Wow. And to this day, no one knows if he was the Phantom Barber, if the first guy they got was the Phantom Barber, if the clothes throwing guy was also the Phantom Barber. All we know
if the Phantom Barber was the friends we made along the way.
It's true.
What do we think? I think this is like a true American Jack the Ripper. Who did it? Was it the doctor? Was it
well, I mean,
the actor?
He may have had a PhD. He was a chemist.
I do think it's him though, yeah.
The only thing that we do know is that Pascagoula, for one summer, was not even the whole summer, for like 2 weeks in one summer, terrorized by late night haircuts. And then
Crazy.
they also had a bunch of alien encounters a little bit later.
Perhaps one and the same. Who knows?
Dude, aliens making a wig for a later encounter.
Interesting.
Where they are using that hair as a disguise because they think it looks good enough.
The aliens have been watching Bugs Bunny. They see when Bugs Bunny dresses up like a sexy lady. They're trying to do a Bugs Bunny on, let's say, Herbert Hoover.
Exactly.
Yeah.
J. Edgar Hoover. Sorry.
Right. Well, I mean, either one. J. Edgar is more likely to be like,
that made more sense. Yeah.
I have some tips for you.
Yeah, exactly. J. Edgar Hoover he's doing the pointing at his eyes and
and
then back at you at Bugs Bunny's eyes.
Yeah.
I got you, Queen.
Mm-hmm. Folks, that does it for another episode of Werewolf Radar. We hope we've seeded your dreams with plenty of horrifying nightmares that you didn't know about. We talked about strange urban legends. We talked about the Phantom Barber, and we talked about underwater panthers. So 3 new things for you to fear all the livelong night. If this is your first time seeing us, please give us a like and a subscribe and a tell of all your friends, and give us a
give us 5 stars.
Give
We're
us 5
still eating
stars
them
wherever they're handing out stars. If you really like what you've done, you can join us on Patreon and see the Patreon episode that we release most weeks. It's very funny. That's where all the good shit is.
$1 a month. And that $1 a month gets you access to our Discord for life, because I am not going to change the settings once I set them.
And if it's your last time seeing us, think about your final will and testament and put us in there.
Yeah,
think about what's going to happen when 8 hours 35 minutes ends.
Nobody knows. Maybe we'll see you back here next week, or maybe we'll see you in 8 hours and 30-something minutes. Until next time, thank you guys for joining us. Please join us in our sign-off line on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Punch the skies, Spaceman Joe.